I put this up here because I think this is a good way of trying to get our mindset broken down into some key components here that help us understand. So we've got thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and habits. The thoughts and emotions, beliefs, and habits lead to behavior, and that behavior leads to results. So if you think of thoughts and emotions, first of all, we have to think before we can achieve. Everything is conceptualized in our mind before we set about a plan to achieve it. So those thought processes are absolutely key to our ultimate success. So what's the quality of your thoughts? We've got some very good practitioners here who are well able to coach this. Emotions. The right kind of mindset has to be coupled with the right emotion. Those two together is what creates massive achievement in your life. So creating the thought process and the emotion that motivates you to do that is really key to getting your mind in balance and on track with your intentions and your plans and your goals. Now, beliefs and habits, so really your thoughts and emotions essentially have a cognitive function. You can will those, you can make those happen, you can train your brain to get good thoughts and emotions working to your favor. The beliefs and habits essentially inhabit the subconscious, and they are put there over a long period of repetitive thinking and repetitive actions. And in a sense, they are, if you like, programmed patterns in our subconscious. And these can be the examples of where we are held back, if you like. What do you think holds us back from achieving our highest purpose and meaning? Can anybody give us any quick responses to that?
Fear.
Fear. Everybody says fear. Any others?
Anger, resentment.
Anger, resentment, yeah.
Habit patterns.
Habit patterns, we just talked about, yeah.
Limiting beliefs.
Limiting beliefs, yeah, yeah. So these are really powerful forces, aren't they, that mostly inhabit our subconscious thinking. And so how do we break free from those patterns? And if you think this isn't powerful, let me just get you to do something for me as a little demonstration. Can you all put down your phones, please, Lionel? Can you all clasp your hands together, please? Okay. Okay. Now, just notice which of your little fingers is on the outside. Have you noticed that? Right, now switch so that the other little finger is on the outside. How does that feel? Uncomfortable. Wrong. This is called cognitive dissonance. Your brain at the moment is sending off massive amounts of signals saying, hey, this isn't right, this doesn't feel right, go back to that, right? Cognitive dissonance. See what you're up against in terms of you changing your brain patterns, right? It's such a powerful reaction that your subconscious says you're out of your normal comfort zone and pattern here. Cognitive dissonance. Now you can overcome it, and we've got some NLP people here who've got some very powerful tools that can do that. But don't underestimate the power of your mind to keep you where you are. Okay, body. Your conscious mind and functional brain needs nutrients. We'll get onto that a little bit when I do my session. But it's your subconscious mind that actually runs your body. All that involuntary activity, the chemicals that are running around, the immune system that's working for you day and night 24/7 is working without your conscious intervention. If you were to think about having to actually make your heart beat consciously, that would be impossible. Let me just get you to do something else now. Become conscious of your breath. Please start taking some deep breaths right now. Think about your breath. Just take a few deep breaths. Now forget about your breath. What happens? You carry on breathing? Are you conscious of the fact that your breathing's carrying on anyway? Absolutely not. Your subconscious runs your body. Spirit. What do we mean by spirit? Consciousness, intuition, gut feeling, yeah? I believe we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's the way I would put it around, instead of humans trying to become spiritual. To me, it's the other way around. We're innately spiritual. We just express ourselves through our human consciousness. Some postgraduate students were asked about consciousness recently. And they were asked, where do you think your consciousness lies? And pretty well all of them pointed to their brain. They said, our consciousness is in our brain. A researcher, an anthropologist, who was doing some work with indigenous tribes in the Amazon basin recently, and he was down there because he'd heard that this particular tribe were actually communicating telepathically. Everybody know what telepathy is? That's a thought process between people without a language actually being transmitted. He went down there and he investigated this, and he talked to them about consciousness and explained what the Western thinking had to say about consciousness. And he asked them what they thought consciousness meant. And where do you think they pointed? Aha! They pointed to the forest. They pointed to the forest. That's where they consider consciousness to be. Quite brilliant, because what are we talking about here? The interconnectedness of consciousness, both within us and outside of us. So our internal brain and our external environment are synonymous with each other. This is where consciousness is, and that's why the scientists can't find it at the moment. Okay, so that hopefully is a introduction to mind, body, spirit. I'm going to invite Louise now to come up and do the first session, and invite Cher to